Good morning, Paleo Keepers, and welcome back to Prehistoric Kingdom. Today we're going to be making an enclosure for the Meglocerous. It's not in the game yet, but I thought, you know what, we may as well make an enclosure ready for its arrival into the game. Now, I'm really excited for this creature to be added because it's not something we see often in games, and it's a really cool creature, and you can find them near where I live. Like, literally, one of my favourite pubs is named after this creature because of how close it was found to the area where they built the pub, which I thought was really cool. It was kind of interesting to me, so I've always had a fascination with this creature, and to actually have it in a game, it's really cool. So I was very excited when they actually teased that they are bringing this out into the game, and like I'm saying into the game a lot, I just realized could probably even do a count on that. But yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get ready for its arrival, and I'm going to make this enclosure for it. Now, it has a very close living relative, that being the fallow deer, and I made an enclosure on them on Planet Zoo not too long ago, and you know what, you gotta love deers. They are really cool. Now, this one in particular is absolutely huge. So I'm trying to, I'm kind of guessing here. Like, I'm making this enclosure without knowing how tall it's actually going to be in the game. So we're actually on the update 12 park, as I named it. I didn't actually give it a name. And I feel like it's going to suit that kind of aesthetic. So I thought, you know what, we'll make on that park. And I was kind of deciding, do I want a mix of modern and like sort of rustic? In the end, I kind of thought, you know, I'll keep one side, which is sort of like the keeper side. Eventually we'll get on into that area another time. I just wanted to focus within the enclosure itself. As you can see, I'm making a kind of like little shelter for them. It's going to have a bit of like wind exclusion. We already got the rocky barrier all the way around. And I saw this in a deer enclosure. I can't really remember the area or the name of it, but they had like this sort of grassy roof building that wasn't really so much so building. It was like literally just a grassy roof, logs holding it up, and I had a bit of like a draft excluder at the back and one of the sides. So I thought, you know what, we're going to make that for our own. And again, I don't know how tall this deer is going to be in the game, so is it going to be a case of it might not fit in here? So, but luckily it's an easy game to build on, and we can easily make this slightly taller if we need to. But you know, I'm not going to be that bothered right now. I mean, I actually really like the look of this. In the end, when I finally completed it, I was like, it's so simple, but yet it looks so nice, and it definitely fits the vibe of the enclosure, which you'll see towards the end of the video. I do a little bit of a montage for you to watch. But yeah, honestly, I had great fun making this. I thought oh yeah, that's another thing, another deer enclosure had this really cool pond, had a few trees behind the pond, and tons of wood, like fallen logs and branches separating the pond from the tree area. And I thought, you know what, we'll add that ourselves. So we've got a kind of a mix of a few different enclosures that I actually have seen put into one enclosure. And then we use the tundra like brushes and grasses. I know we're on the coastal with the redwoods, but again, you know, you can just imagine you planted these. We're going to be adding a few paths, as you can see, using the dirt, so it shows off where it's been stood on a fair bit, where the deers are going through, where the zookeepers are going through. I do it quite patchy at the front of the fence because you could imagine them coming up to the fence to investigate all the humans that are staring at them. If you've ever seen like a deer enclosure, a lot of the time you are given like a 50p bag of food, and you can go and give them food, and that's what brings them close, because you just walk to the fence, they just go human food, and they come towards the fence. So I kind of added that sort of vibe into it. As you see from the montage, this is what it looks like complete. This is kind of like the guest perspective of this enclosure, and again, I really can't wait for them to be added into the game because they are absolutely adorable. Like, look at this picture here. Like, it looks so cute. Look at that little face. They look absolutely incredible. And their enclosure, it doesn't look too far off the way I've made it as well. So I feel like it's going to fit in here just perfectly. And like I said, I'm really wondering how tall it is going to be in the game, what it's going to look like, how much modification I will have to do to this enclosure. But nevertheless, it was really fun to make. In the update 12 park, we do use a fair bit of the pre-built fences just to show them off. And you don't have to always make a custom fence in this game because the fences already look incredible as they are. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this and it's giving you some inspiration with your builds. Let me know in in the comments, are you excited for the Meglocerous to be added into the game? And as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.